Bam. Welcome. All right. Hello there. Happy Wednesday. It's the Deal Room, and it's good to see you. I am excited today to share. I got a lot of exciting things to share with you. Shout out to all of you for being here. And we had some technical behind the scenes difficulties. So if I feel a little scattered or look a little scattered, that would be why. So we had a couple of last minute technical challenges, but we're going to dive into some very exciting things here. I want to share with you some wins in my world. Type it in the chat. How is your energy 1 out of 10? Welcome, welcome, Jim. Good to see you. Welcome, Katie in Connecticut. What's up, Bill? Laura Lee, good to see you. Jonathan Ellis, so good to see you, my brother. Today I am happy. I have my favorite smoked tea from Kyoto. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful time. All right, keep the energy levels in the chat coming in. It's Steve, 8.5. Jason's a 9. Shobin is a 10. Marlon's a 9. Tracy's a 6. Tim's a 8.5. Nina's a 10. Amanda's a 100. Heck yeah. Joshua's a 6. Mike is so-so today. Jay is a 10 out of 10. Bill Welsh is a 9.8. Keep them coming, guys. All right, good. I like to start off this way because I want to share with you a couple of notes as we dive in. We're getting ready to do some live calls, and shout out to the team for behind the scenes fixing the technical challenges while I get to still roll and hang out with you guys. Something though that happens, and I want to share this with you guys. If you're taking notes, I'm going to share with you 3 keys to doing deals on the holidays. You can write it down, you can take notes, and I'm going to share these keys with you as I go through and I talk to some live sellers. Something that's very important though, as we're doing this, as we're talking to sellers and buyers, is to, through the holiday season, keep up momentum. Keep momentum. Type it in the chat, keep momentum. And I'm going to be talking to sellers live. There is things happening in the marketplace. There's a lot of shifts that are taking in place, and we are been putting up countless hours with the team behind the scenes into progress on the deal room. And I'm going to give you guys some vision as to what is being born here, and it's you that make it happen. Showing up and doing what you do and submitting your deals for those of you who are able to do so, showing up, asking questions. That's what brings the energy. So keep the comments rolling, the chats rolling, the questions coming. Type it in, keep momentum going. Guys, through the holiday season, this is the make or break difference. I see so many people. January is slow, February, March, April, May, June, July. Finally come along, July, August, September. They're starting to get some momentum. October, November roll around, they're going good, and then the holidays come and they lose momentum. They put on the brakes, they slow down, and lose all the momentum they just built. As we get ready to talk to sellers live today, I want to point out that in this holiday season, you can just lean into that momentum. And while others are leaning out, you're still leaning in. You're still building, you're still growing, you're still connecting with the right people, you're still showing up, you're still doing calls. We have something very special I'm going to be announcing to you here in just a few minutes. I'm going to talk to a couple sellers. I have a special announcement. Um, all right, I'm going to take a vote in the chats. Who wants me to announce something very special we're doing for Christmas for you guys now? If you want it now, just type in the chat now. If you want it later, at the end, so everybody sticks around, just put later. I got to take a vote on this. You want the announcement now or you want it later? Now or later? Oh, crap. Where'd my chat go? Let me get my chat pulled back up here. Keep the chats coming in while I'm looking it up. All right, cool. Now or later? All right, let's see. Leo says now. Joshua says now. You guys are a bunch of instant gratification junkies. We got a bunch of nows rolling in. I like this. Later, later, now, now. Carrot says now. Tracy says, yep. Boss OG says now. Icy Vibe says, all right, we got the nows win. All right. Gail or Anya, whoever's on here, get ready to put out the things that go along with this announcement. I'm getting ready to call sellers live for you guys, and I've been working on something very special, and I'll just make the announcement now, since um, my what do we call that? Dopamine junkies win. It's human nature. We want it now. I'm going to do the announcement now. All right. So get ready, Gil, and Anya. Starting out, we are going to. Hang on. There we go. Starting out today, tomorrow, the 18th of December. I'm actually going to not only be doing this deal room live today. Starting out tomorrow, we're going to be doing this live every day through December 30th, minus Sundays and Christmas. Why? Because momentum. I want you to build momentum. The team is now putting the link in the chat on YouTube and putting the link on Facebook in the chat for those of you who are in live stream world. For those of you who are already active students in the Zoom world, you're going to be getting that link here in just a moment. The team's going to be putting it. So what is this? December 18th, we're going live at noon PST. And we are going live the first day for 3 hours. Why? Because I'm going to teach you, Leo actually is going to come in. I'm going to be teaching you dialing. I'm going to be teaching you exactly what we do every Wednesday in the deal room, only I'm going to be live. In fact, I have a outlay here. I'm going to be teaching you on how to pick your markets. I'm going to be teaching you how to pick sources, finding the deals, calling deals, negotiations, contracting deals, closing deals, selling deals, how to start 2026 right, how to play to win and stop playing not to lose, and how to deal with failure because deals will fall through, deals will go sideways, contracts will fall out, and how to build a business, not a time-sucking, life-draining machine. Okay? Leo's going to come in and going to be giving to you AI tomorrow. That's why we're going 3 hours. Tomorrow is a masterclass on AI and using AI in your real estate investing business. So tomorrow, I'm going to be here live again for 3 hours. The next day, I'm going to be live for an hour a day. I'm going to be going live an hour a day every single day through December 30th, minus Christmas, minus Sundays. All right. Why? We're calling it, type it in the chat, the 12 deals of Christmas. 12 deals of Christmas every day, today, tomorrow, all the way through December 30th, minus Sundays and Christmas. I'm going to be live for you and with you because all of you who are in our coaching community, I want to see you every single day. I want to see your face on the Zoom. I want to hang out with you and I want to close deals with you and make sure you're clear on your questions and what you need answered. You're going to ask lots of questions in the chats and we're going to have an interactive time. And every single day, I'm going to be dialing deals. And then for all of you on the live stream, I want this to be a thing now through basically the end of the year where every day at this time you log in and you know you're going to get a shot in the arm. This is not just about the hour we spend together or the deals that I call and negotiate for and with you. This is about putting a shot of energy in your system that says, oh my gosh, he's sitting there making it look so freaking easy. If he can sit there and call that seller while a bunch of people watch, surely I can get on the phone and talk to a seller. What's the worst that can happen? They say no or cuss you out or something. What's the best that can happen? They sell you their house, you solve their problem, and who knows, you might get a 30, 40, $50,000 payday in the midst of it. All right. So in 2024, that ain't right, 2023, who was here in 2023s and remember 60 days to deals? If you were here in 2023 and remember 60 days to deals, just type yes in the chat. If you weren't here, just put not yet. You wasn't here yet. All right. If you were here and remember 60 days of deals, type yes. If you are newer than that here and just put not yet. I want to see how many of you have been around that long. My OGs in the house. What's up, Marlon, Amanda? Yes, you were. There was several of you who were here, and I'm going to give you a recap of what happened in those 60 days. Me and Leo committed for 60 days. We was sitting around. It was May of 2023, and we said, how do we add energy and deal flow to everybody's world? And we was talking about it, and I asked the question sometimes, if I had a gun to my head, and I had to help everyone get a deal, what would I do? So we're brainstorming, and Leo says to me one day, what if you went live every day for 60 days? And I said, that's a crazy idea. You know how much I travel and do stuff? An hour a day in the middle of the day, every single day. So we finally settled on an hour a day in the middle of the day, Monday through Saturday. And for 60 days, we went live every day, and we done it in Zoom. And I helped community members close deals. And the ones I know about in those 60 days, there was 43 contracts and checks that I heard about. Now, I don't know how many more there was that I didn't hear about, but that's the ones I was able to count. Welcome, Mike. It's your first time here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mimi, you remember that. You was around. Yes, you were. So for each of you, as you're coming in here and we're hanging out, we're getting to know each other at the next level. These next 12 days is all about how does Mike, how does Valerie, how does Carl, how does Alice, how does Tim, how does every one of you build momentum for 2026? Because I used to think it was about the action we take, but I now realize it's about who we become taking that action. We become the type of people who attracts deals. Now, before you think I got woo-woo on you, I'm going to dial some sellers, and I'm going to give you guys another step that's going to change your Christmas dials big time. All right? The links are in the chat. If you're on Zoom, the link is there to sign up for the 12 deals of Christmas in the chat in front of you. Also, we're live on the 31st back on the deal room. So if you want to take full advantage, technically I'm live 17 through 31, every day minus Sundays and Christmas, if you include today. So I'm going to give you the strategy, the gold mine that changed my dials and started turning a lot of no's to yeses. Who wants my $1 million secret? Just give me a yes in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat. We got to get some interactions. Make sure the energy's up. Hopefully you're drinking your midday coffee or tea or afternoon coffee if you're on the East Coast. All right, we got the yeses coming in. We're getting the yeses. I'm going to give you this $1 million secret. First, I'm going to call a couple sellers, and then I'm going to give you this secret. This is step 2. Number 1 is keep momentum. This is how we get deals in Christmas time. Step 2, I'm going to give you as soon as we have a good conversation with a seller. And guys, I'm not joking when I tell you it took my close rate from talking to probably 50 or 100 deals and maybe getting a deal to commonly getting 7 to 10 leads turning a deal. And that was a game changer for me. All right. So let's start this dialing. Let me look at these notes here with you. We have here, oh, good. Sandra's ready for a call. We talked a long time ago. Sandra on Lodge. Way to go. We have Mary's lead on Maynard. We have Stockwell. Let's see. I see Judith on that lead. So I helped Judith contract a deal on Stockwell last week. Looks like he has some questions. Happy to call him for you, Judith, but you'll need to let me know what you want on the outcome on that deal I helped you contract last week. If you're planning on closing it, so I can convey that to him. If you're planning on selling it to someone else in the community, so I can convey that to him. I'll just need to know what your plans are there. We have Lodge, good. We have Shobna's deal from last week. Old Highway 135. All right, good. We got some leads. We're going to start dialing. I got the yeses coming in now. All right, first up is Lodge. This is Sandra on Lodge. Looks like she has a portfolio for sale. Looks like we talked several months ago on the deal room. Guys, the follow-up is the key. All right, let's see if she'll answer the phone. I'm going to give you a couple more updates as well as deals you heard me recently call.
This must be Judith.
Hey, it's Judith's partner, Andrew. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Judith and I was talking about you. Did I catch you at a good time?
You did. We
Good.
planned this at 2 o'clock today. Yes, we did.
Heck yeah. All right, well, good. Good to connect. I feel like we spoke a long time ago about your Lodge Avenue house and potentially buying it and potentially buying some others you had for sale. And if I remember right, you was about to head out the door to a church dinner. That was months ago. So
That sounds fun. That sounds, yeah.
does that sound like you?
That sounds like me, yes.
Way to go. All right. Well,
Here we are at the holidays. Oh my gosh.
here we are. Merry Christmas, my friend. Are you ready or what?
I'm never ready. What can I say?
Oh my gosh. Well, how are things? I,
Are you ready?
I got an incredible girlfriend, and she texted me today. All the gifts are purchased, so I think I'm ready.
That sounds like you are. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the age where I don't want to run all over town to buy presents, so I guess the easiest thing to do is just give them money.
Yeah. It seems much simpler that way.
Crowd pleaser anyway. Money. Everybody wants money.
That's what I'm saying. Well, bring me up to speed, Sanders, since we last talked. What you looking to sell the Lodge house? Is it you still looking to sell maybe a few of them, or you mainly settled on just selling this one for now, or where are you at and everything?
Well, eventually, I mean, I've got. See, I don't know. I'm in a dilemma about one particular house. One in Mount Vernon, Indiana, duplex, but I've still got a mortgage on that one. It's a seller financed.
Okay.
And it's due. I think it'll be paid off in like 2 more years. So 24 more months, it'll be done.
Okay.
And same thing with this other, because it was set up for 10 years, and I had a 15. No, it was set up for 15 years. I'm sorry, and it started out in 2013. So 2028, it'll be satisfied in September 2028.
Yep.
And then the other one was 10 years, and it just aligns to be the same time frame because it was 10 years, but 5 years later, I set up for 10 years mortgage, and it'll be paid off at the same time. So I'll have 2 houses paid off in 2028. And I was wondering if I should maybe wait till they're paid off before I attempt to sell them, because I'm not sure what to do about that. But anyway, that's on the back burner. But as soon as they're paid off for sure, I will be looking to sell them.
Okay. Would you want to sell them now if you got the right offer, or you prefer to wait till they're paid off? Because that's just a personal choice.
That's the thing I'm debating on. I mean, I'm in a dilemma over it. I don't know.
If you were to sell them now, what would you want for them?
Well, I'm not sure about the Mount Vernon house because, see, I bought it at a time when the house next door was owned by I think he was a high school teacher or something in the educational system there in Mount Vernon, and they lived there forever, and it was a big brick home. It was like 5,000 square feet or something like that. It's just huge with 5 bedrooms and 3
What's the
bathrooms.
address?
I'm not sure, but it's right next to 527. I want to say 523, 525, maybe.
What's the street name?
College Avenue.
Okay.
There's not a lot of details on Zillow about it, but I know it's sold for. I think, but they fixed it up. I mean, they went in and they
How do you spell that street?
College, like going to college, university.
Okay. Perfect.
But that thing sold for like $600,000.
Okay.
Fixed
up. Yeah. What do you owe on it? Do you know?
Yeah, it's in my amortization schedule. I'm thinking about 15.
Okay.
Under 20,000, I think, is what I owe on it. Under 20.
Okay. And then what's the address of the other one you might look to sell?
521 South Evans.
Perfect. And is that Evansville?
That's a brick home.
Yeah.
It's my only brick rental. It's 3 bedroom, 1 bath.
Okay. And any clue what you would want for that if you did sell it?
How much now? What did you say?
Any clue what you would want for the Evansville property if you did sell it?
I priced it to the tenant for 125.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
And
I
then
don't know what I commanded. It was a.
what are you
And it's not
asking for the
really.
lodge right now?
I'm sorry, what?
What are you asking for the one on lodge right now?
Well, I got in the hands of realtors, but since I talked to you before signing on with him, we would not be obligated to, to be confined to the contract that we have with him. I mean, it would be considered a previous contract, so it would be our agreement or a discussion about it would be exempt from having to be, committed to his agreement.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure it does. All right. So
I got on the market for previous to listed with the agent for 75.
mm-hmm.
And most houses I've seen in the area that are even comparable to it as far as size and being right near to it, not far distant wise, it's they're running about anywhere from 95 to 150,000 a piece. Most of them I've seen.
Why do you think this one didn't sell at 75?
I'm sorry, what?
You said you had it listed at 75?
Yeah, but I didn't have it in it wasn't really advertised broadly as far as, outside of, and I didn't even have a for sale sign in the yard.
Got it.
So it was kind of like a hidden treasure.
Yeah.
So not really widely advertised. It was on Zillow and it was on Facebook. That's about all I can say about it.
Yeah. Okay. Remind me, you used to have it done on this one, or it's paid off?
Oh, that was paid off. The only two I mentioned that's not paid off is the ones I mentioned. The rest of them are all paid off that I've got. 715 Jefferson's a house I've got, and it comes with the next door lot. And I've got.
I used to own the house next to this one, the neighboring house.
So all my houses are paid off except for 3. I've got 10 total.
So, question for you. Would you want to sell all 10 if we could work out the details?
I couldn't sell the house where I'm at right now because, for one thing, I'm not prepared. But I mean, I guess with considerations, I would have to weigh it in the scheme of things because ultimately, I really don't want to stay in Evansville much longer, really.
Yeah.
I prefer to move to the country and have a little more freedom.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm a country boy. I grew up in Southern Illinois.
You live in Mount Vernon, Illinois, do you?
No, that's where I grew up. Belle Rive, actually. But I live in Louisville now. I lived in I lived in Evansville for years.
I remember that. You were in Evansville for years, really?
Yeah, in fact, I used to own 1203 Lodge.
Are you kidding me?
No, I sold it a couple years ago.
That's a nice house. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't remember.
For sure. I don't know. They may classify mine as a bungalow too, but I really like the house and it's empty. It's sitting there empty right now. I think they're working on it little by little. I don't even know who owns it.
I don't either. Interesting. I got to track that thing down. What? Maybe I buy it back. What would do you have any clue if we bought 9? Not the one you're in, but the other 9. Like any clue what you would want on price? What the total debts are? Like I'm looking to gather in the next 3-4 months. I'm looking to buy a little portfolio. So something like this, something between 5 and 15 properties would be. I sold a few earlier this year, and so it would be really good timing if that was something you was looking to part with the whole thing.
Yeah. So like as far as a seller, I mean, as a buyer goes on your behalf.
Yeah.
When you buy a property though, what kind of conditions do you expect it to be as far as cleaned out, everything gone down to the last particle of dust, or as is with having to go in and do what you got to do to it to clean it out, send everything to the dumpster or whatever's, someone sort it out or whatever. Because I have garages that are full of stuff that I need to deal with. And some of the houses have furniture stored. Like I got a couple of houses that have furniture in it. I mean, not stored, but just a few pieces here and there. Nothing major, but you know what I'm saying? And even where I'm living at, I've got, and I meant it to be for staging because I had 22 building lots that I was going to develop eventually.
This is really good stuff. You're hearing the motivation here. Do I have to get on my crap out? Right?
For sale after they're
ask questions and listen.
They're still on phone.
100%. Now, so to answer your question, Sandra, we do them two ways. I mean, of course, sometimes we'll buy them totally gut job houses and flip, but that's my least favorite. Most of the time, it's just buying houses that are in good shape. They just got some, maybe a tenant moved out and left stuff, but we buy them as is. And then, we have two strategies. Either we pay cash, but at a discount, or most of the time, somebody like yourself, we just come in and buy it, agree on a price now, close with a real estate attorney, and become responsible for the maintenance, repairs, taxes, and insurance, and then we do some sort of owner finance note until we either pay you off in full or until we refinance them down the line.
Right.
Yeah. Any clue what you would want for the 9, or do you have a list of the 9 that you could share?
Oh, do you have a list of my portfolio? Did I ever send those to you?
No. No. Not that I know of. I never seen it.
Okay, well, let me do that. I'll send you a list of the lots, not lots, the houses I have that I own, and I'll list the ones that are not, like I said, paid off just yet, but the ones that are paid off,
show the loves and the likes,
or at least let you see.
You're getting some value here.
In the ones that are
give some thumbs ups and all the good things, some comments.
Have the distinguishing thing there. The other part is then I'll put together a figure and include that in the total.
Okay.
And we'll see where we are.
Yeah, that sounds great. And if you haven't, starting off with just the addresses and a figure is perfect. If you have anything like debt amounts or tax bill, if you have any of those numbers, you can add it. But again, just want to see if you're interested in selling. And
no, I'll keep the taxes current. Is that what you mean?
No. Like tax. How much is the annual property taxes?
Oh, you want to know how much the taxes are? Okay, yeah, I got that first list right over there. That is paid them in May.
Yeah.
November. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I can do that too.
Okay, perfect.
The ones in Mount Vernon, they're going crazy with their taxes over there.
No kidding.
It's terrible. And now today, that's one of the factors that makes me want to get rid of the Mount Vernon property. But it's because that house next door, they both are over 100 years old. And that one next door is just such a museum in itself of architectural, aspirations with it, how it was built and all the things it offers. It is an icon in the community as far as and Mount Vernon's got several few homes like that, beautiful homes. But my God, who would ever dream it went for over $500,000?
There's some interesting places over there. Well, let's do this. I'm gonna have Judith text you our email as soon as we hang up, and then we'll await back that info. When should we follow up? When would we expect the list?
Let's it's so close to Christmas. Would you want to wait till after Christmas or just before Christmas? Like maybe about 3 or 4 days before Christmas, or just wait till after Christmas? How's
either Monday? So I'm gonna be with Judith doing some stuff on Monday. So we could connect on Monday before Christmas, or we could connect on Saturday after Christmas.
Okay. We'll see how it plays out, and whatever works out for both of us, because I'm not sure. My plans for Christmas are still up in the air, so I don't know what I'm doing for Christmas yet.
Okay.
I got 3 children I'm waiting for, and I got 3 sisters I'm waiting for, so I don't know of the 6 what's going to happen first, so we'll see.
So let's do this. I'll await your stuff here this week. Me and Judith will review it the weekend, and then we'll just shoot you a nudge on Monday. If you're free, we'll hop on. If not, we'll wait till the weekend.
That sounds fair.
Awesome.
Like in the meantime, I'll get the tax information for you. For each house, and I'll give you. You want to know just the partial year, like 6 months, or do you want to go? You be able to add in your head like what the full year would be, or just
the whole 6 months? Yeah, just November's fine. Just so we know about what they're running.
Then you'll know to double it. Okay, that sounds.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks, Sandra. We'll talk next week.
As soon as I can. can. You have a good day, and we'll talk later.
All right, bye for now.
Uh-huh.
All right, great call. So a few notes, a few nuggets, a few takeaways. By the way, if you're just now joining us, I am going to be live every day through the end of the year, and minus Sundays and Christmas. And tomorrow, I'm live not for one, not for two, but for 3 hours, giving you an AI masterclass, giving you the strategies to close deals, negotiate deals, and use AI to get 2026 started off strong. All right, so make sure you're signed up. It's free. You're welcome. So make sure you're signed up for that. Make sure you're joining us, me and Leo, tomorrow. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, it's in the chat. Gail or Anya can repin that to the top for you guys. Or if you're having any trouble finding it, just ask for it. Make sure you have that. All right. So, few takeaways, a few notes, a few nuggets. I want to share what happens there. Look at the notes here, the questions. All right. What's up, Two Putton? What's up, Mimi? What's up, Mike? What's up, Alfin? Welcome, welcome. So, I want to point out, thanks for the love and the smiley faces, the hearts and the likes and all the good things you got going on over there on YouTube. So, something that I want to point out as you're hopping in here and you're leaning into momentum, and this is so important. I'm going to give you guys the thing that took my close rate probably more than double, and maybe more than that. I'm going to share with you the strategy, and we're going to have a mini little 6-minute workshop here before we get into the next dials. All right. And the mini workshop is going to cause you to build super speed rapport like you just seen me do. All right. Now, shout out to Christopher Unlimited, one of our incredible community members, Christopher. And Christopher sent in a portfolio kind of like this. The guy had 5 houses, wanted to sell them all. And it's just as easy to close 5 deals as it is 1. And so we're on there, we're having a chat, and so shout out to Amanda. Yes, we will be doing Deal Room on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Whoever can join. Whoever can't, watch the replay. But in 2015, my first full year in business, I bought a house on Christmas Eve that netted me almost $100,000. So ever since then, I've always been willing to help people out on Christmas week. Doesn't mean skipping time with family, okay? To be absolutely clear, go spend time with family, go enjoy, go have fun. But you're going to be sitting around with a bunch of family, hopefully family that you enjoy. You might as well have your phone out there watching me do deals and submitting them for me to call as not. All right, you're welcome. You're like, what are you doing over there in the corner, Nina? I'm just making money. Sorry, hang on, guys. Give me 30. All right, so I'm gonna be live Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and keeping these Wednesdays rolling. Why? Because don't get me wrong, we could absolutely pause it. I want to keep momentum. We will not be strongly staffed on those days. I want my staff to enjoy time with their families, except I'm going to be here hanging out with you live because I want you to be able to lean into momentum. And if you're struggling in this holiday season at all, or you're helping someone who's struggling, I want you to be able to log in every single day and hang out and get some momentum. All right. What's up, Rob? What's up, Lois? So I'm going to give you the single greatest shift that changed everything in my business. We're going to build it out together. And I share this. Shobna, I was talking to Shobna, and I'll tell you about Christopher's portfolio. I was talking to Shobna before this, one of our newer community members. And we was talking about how she can build rapport. I want you to write this down if you're taking notes. I'm going to help every one of you create your bio that allows you to get way more rapport way faster. I want you to write at the top of your paper, my 30-second bio. My 30-second bio. I'm going to have you taking notes. If you're not driving, if you're driving, mark the time that I started talking about this, come back and rewatch it again over and over and build your bio. Pause it, listen, rewind, listen again if you're on the replay. All right. My 30-second bio. Why is this important? Below that, write funny equals money. One of my great friends and mentors uh, always said that, and I never understood what it meant. I heard him first say that in 2015. My good friend, shout out Marshall, if you're watching this. And what happens was I'm watching this, and before long, I'm realizing if I can be natural and humorous, I connect deeper with people. You too. Most of you watching this, listening to this, you on Zoom, every one of you who I know, you have some incredible, unique superpowers. You have a certain attraction, and it's probably the thing you think is your disadvantage. It's probably the thing, say that again, that you think is your disadvantage. Um, Whether it's an accent, whether it is a background, whether it is uh, anything you have, and so I've worked with many people on this, and it's develop your 30-second bio. What's the thing you can address the elephant in the room quickly? I used to sound extremely like a country boy. I think I still sound a little bit like a country boy, but I can't help it. I'm a country boy. I was raised in a town of 400 people. I looked it up the other day, 289 now to be exact. The population declined by one last year from 290. And Bellrive, Illinois, you can Google it. And I was raised up and I'm a country boy, and I always felt I was a disadvantage. At the time, I was 21 years old. I was a country boy, and I'm wishing I could talk better. I'm wishing I could use bigger words. I'm wishing I had more professionalism. I'm wishing all of that stuff at 21. And finally, I realized the very thing that you think is a disadvantage is actually your superpower. I'm going to let that sink in. So here's your 30-second bio. My name is such and such. I'm going to tell you my 30-second bio, and then we're going to design yours. My name is Andrew Schlag. Me and my brother buy houses around the area. I've been doing it for the last 12 years. And I was interested in buying yours. So let me give you an example of how this works. You call a seller. Hey, my name's Andrew. I was calling about buying your house. You start the conversation. Now, many times, as you just heard, we go straight into the close. We go straight into what's the least you'll take on price, least you'll take a month, and what's the least you'll take down. However, sometimes this is where the credibility, write it down, credibility question comes up. So often you're talking to somebody and somebody goes, oh, I need 20% down. I'll repeat back, which is $300,000 house. I go, oh my gosh, forgive me, Angela. Do you need the $60,000 for something specific? Or you just want to make sure I have skin in the game? Because there's really only two main objections that people have outside of it actually doesn't work for them, which is sometimes the case. Either one, the underlying objection is I don't understand yet what you're offering me. I need more information. Or two is I don't trust you. If you start to listen for those two objections or resistance, you'll be able to handle everything with ease because you realize either it works for them or it doesn't. If it does work for them, then the questions they are asking you are either to ease their mind that they can trust you or to get them more clarity so they can make a appropriate decision. Takes all the stress out of it. So anytime that the question comes back to the I don't trust you, if that's the underlying tone, I need 20% down just to make sure you have skin in the game. How do I know you're going to pay? Any question that is a credibility question, I immediately back up and hop into my 30-second bio. All right. So 30-second bio. Somebody says to me, just like it happened on the Boonville deal, I'm going to follow up on. And they're going, I'm getting all these calls from all these people. I just want to make sure that I'm talking to somebody that's real. And oh my gosh, forgive me, Renee. Now, write this down. USP, unique superpower. What's your unique superpower? So, for example, if you're doing it virtually, you're not going to have this edge that I'm getting ready to give you. You're going to have a different edge. If you're a school teacher, if you're a doctor, if you came from a certain country, if you have a certain uh, connection, you always can lean into that connection. So here's my bio. Oh my gosh, forgive me. My name's Andrew Schlag, and I've been buying houses in this area for the last 12 years. And yours caught my eye. It's me and my brother. and we basically buy houses two ways. We either pay cash below value. Most of the time, though, we buy houses like yours, pay more money over time, and we always close with a real estate attorney, so it's done right. All right. So assuming that I could answer blank, meaning assuming I could do this in a way that you're comfortable, would you then be ready to move forward? So, credibility question, you answer it. Oh, forgive me. My name is Ashobna. Me and Andrew work closely together. I am newer to the business. I've done a few deals in this way, and Andrew's done several hundred this way. And basically, the reason I was calling you was to gather the facts on the front end and find out if this is a deal we should dive deeper into or not. Just write this down. Be authentic. All right. So here's the fill in the blanks. We're getting ready to go back to live dials, but before we do, I want you to have your 30-second credibility piece built out. So my name is blank. You know your name. Simple. I've been buying houses for X. Now here's what that means. For your bio, it could be authentic. Maybe it's I'm brand new to this. I'm looking to acquire my first investment property, and you can ask me questions. I'll answer the best I can. Now, I wouldn't open the call that way, but if it comes to that, that was me at 21. Did I lose deals because of it? Maybe. But did I sleep well at night? Absolutely. Let's say I'm brand new, and I'm looking to do my first deal. I was hoping you could help me out with this one. And I just immediately, you use what's best for you, but I'm just authentic. Why? I'm taking the edge off. And if you can say something that's humorous, even self-deprecating, then get a laugh, you are light years ahead. Why? Because they just talked to 92 other investors. And you're just another investor until you make them laugh or until you stand out in some way. So then I'll say to someone like um, Renee and Mary, who we talked to a couple weeks ago on here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, great question. And Renee, you're smart for asking that. I lived in Evansville for years. Now my main residence is in Louisville, and sometimes they'll ask me, "Well, where are you at right now?" Well, what's the tempting thing that some people would do? Some people would say, "Well, I'm in Louisville." No, I'm not. I'm sitting in the studio in California. If they ask me where I am right now, I'll say I'm at the second home in Cali, but I'll be back in Louisville X day. I just tell them the truth. If I lose the deal because I'm standing in California talking to them on the phone, I lose the deal. I didn't need it that bad anyway. Okay? Guys, I'm telling you, just tell the truth. Just be transparent. Just use yes, lean into superpowers. You don't have to say, I'm brand new and I'm terrified I'm talking to you on the phone right now. Just, just though, be transparent. I, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. And then below that, write down my credibility piece, whatever that is for you. This is the framework that more than doubled my close rate. What's your credibility piece? Are you a doctor? Are you a realtor? Are you a chiropractor? Do you work in finance? Do you work in mortgage lending? Are you a chiropractor? Like, doesn't matter. Just say what it is. I'm such and such. I work in X and X field, and I'm started doing the investment game. And just if you're in our coaching community, you can mention I just teamed up with a group of guys. If you're not, you can just be transparent about where you are. That's it. And then this is the most important part. After you put your 30-second bio together, and I'm waffling here on purpose so that you can come back and rewatch this over and over. And so that while you're going through this right now, you can be writing out your 30-second bio. I've seen Cecil ask, will there be a replay? Yes, you can go on YouTube, Cecil, and watch this as many times as you want. This alone is a masterclass, guys. We're going to get to the third way of continuing doing deals through the holiday season in a moment. Now, after you get done with your bio, here's where a lot of people mess it up. Mike, Steve, Leo, Shodna, so many people will come in, they'll share their bio. Mike's got an impressive bio. And I still got to hear your show one day. And I'm going to hear your bio. You're going to get done. And so many people, they get done with the bio and they pause. Not the right place for silence. You hear me talk about good silence, yes. But saying, and I lived in Evansville for years and I'm looking to buy your house. Awkward pause. Where do we go from here? So end it with a question. And that question is this, and write it down. If I can you. Depending on the scenario, or if I will you. All right. Perfect example. Let's say Sandra says to me, I don't know. I just want this and that. I don't know if I don't know if I want to sell a 9, especially somebody I don't know. Get done with my credibility piece. I'll go, well, let me ask you this, Sandra. If you know I'm going to close with a real estate attorney and I can set this up where you're comfortable. In other words, I'm answering her objection or her resistance or her concern. If I can fill in the blank, address your concern, will you then be ready to move forward? She says no, well, then I'm wasting my time. She didn't want to sell the houses right now, and that's okay. We'll part as friends and follow up. Why? Because we're not listening to just the words that are said, but we're listening to what is actually being asked. In other words, when they say I need 20% down, we're not listening to I need $60,000. We're listening to, do you actually need the money? If so, that's one challenge. That's the less likely challenge. And more likely, they're saying I don't have enough facts to know if this would work for me to accept less right now. Right? So if you listen for the underlying tone, it's either I don't trust you yet or give me more information. If you realize that, your whole closing scenario will change. We're going to dive way deeper into this. Leo is going to be deep diving into AI tomorrow. So if you're not yet signed up, make sure you get signed up. Every one of you are going to be hanging out with us tomorrow, and we're going to dive in. I'm going to be doing a masterclass teaching you real estate and preparing for 2026. And Leo's going to be teaching you how to use AI in your real estate investing business. The link is in the comments. All right, if you guys are getting value, just give me some love in the chat. Just put a yes in the chat. Keep the chats a hopping. I have some more live deals we're going to call. We're going to call right now. We're going to do a follow-up call with Mary on a portfolio. Then we have a lead from Jason. I need y'all's permission. I realize it's 12:53. I have a PST. I realize it's almost 4 o'clock EST. I need y'all's permission. Are you guys good to stick it out for an extra 15 to 20 minutes past? I have a meeting after this. Leo is going to hop in and help me handle, and Amanda. Thank you guys so much for that. And I'm going to stick with you guys to make sure we get to Jason's lead, to make sure we get to Judas Stockwell lead, and to make sure we get to one more follow-up. If you guys want to hang out the extra 15 or 20. All right. Valerie says great value for sure. Boss OG says yes with a bunch of S's. Road Haven, we got to get your name updated so I know your actual name. Road Haven Rooms Schedule 8709 says, what time tomorrow? We are going live between now and the end of the year every single day at 12 PST, 3 EST, except Sundays and Christmas. So write it down, mark it on your calendars, put it in your schedule, click the link in the chat, and I'll text you the link and reminder each day. But go ahead and add it to your Google Calendars now. All right? And for anybody who started and got logged in here late and missed part of it, you can go back and watch this replay and get so much value out of it. All right, we're going to call Mary on this follow-up. So Sandra was a success. I'm going to point out 2 notes here. When it comes to the follow-up, Christopher Chappelle, shout out Christopher, had sent a 5-house portfolio we're talking about going well. And we come to the conclusion that it wasn't a deal right now. I said, put it down for follow-up. Well, Christopher, being the very motivated, incredible, smart person that he is, sent a follow-up text just saying, hey, wanted to check in. The guy reaches back out and says, hey, I'll sell you the 5 houses and I'll cut my down payment in, I think, half. We're making progress. So we got back on the phone on Monday and had another follow up. We're making progress. I share that because I remember that call with Sandra. I have no idea how long ago it was, but months ago. Shout out to Judith. Judith is incredible at follow up. Now, Sandra, back on the conversation. Time and circumstance changes every seller's mind. Build your snowball. All right, if you're not signed up already for the next 12 deals of Christmas, it's called, make sure you get signed up at the link in the chat and come hang out with us every day. All right?
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, how are you?
I'm okay, buddy. How are you?
I am so good. Did I catch you at a good time?
I'm sorry.
Did I catch you at a good time?
Oh, yes. I'm actually breathing for a second.
Yay!
But I can breathe for a minute.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad to help you with some breathing room. I wanted to touch base with you and forgive me. I was in Japan last time we spoke, so if I missed anything,
Good night, Irene.
I
Good Lord.
so I was following up and I said, you know what? I think we left off somewhere and I was supposed to follow up with you or your mother one. And I just wanted to
Yeah.
see where we left off and make sure I had my facts straight so I could move forward and we could
I
get
guess
something
your
off the
ears
road.
must have been burning because last night I was talking to Mom and I said, have you heard anything from Andrew? And she said, no, I haven't. And she goes, but if I don't hear anything by next week, then we'll have to, kind of figure out another direction. And I said, okay. But yeah, where we left was you were trying to set up a time with her to come down and actually physically look at the homes, or your brother, someone was
Yes.
supposed to. Okay.
Perfect. And did we nail down, because I can't find on my notes, did we nail down a purchase price for all the properties together yet or no?
I just broke them down out individually to tell you on the top of my head what the total exactly was. Besides, because see, I physically, my mom and dad added, and I still got to get over there and get that. I've got a lot over. Well, listen to me. There's a lot over there in Hatfield, Indiana, that has a modular home on it that has wrapped and it basically is sitting there, basically taking up space.
Mm.
And he threw that on that. It's, as far as I know, all the like septic and stuff. To my understanding, all of it's there. But he threw that in at the end. And I'll be honest with you, Andrew. Me and Mom, we wanted to add more, but Dad said no. At this point in time, but I'm not saying we won't add any after bit. But
Yeah.
to say a total on the top of my head, I can't recall for sure. And plus, I didn't even put a grand total on there, to be honest about it.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's where we're at with it. Like I said, I know next week, like I said, is a short week and stuff like that. But that's where it stands of you just coming down and walking with Mom or whomever.
Yep. I have here the 85, 60, 20, 30, 15, 25, 35. Okay, two was two something on quick math. All right.
That's okay.
So, let me make sure I have your mama's number. Give me 2 seconds. I think I have it
That's
saved.
fine. Mary Lunenberg is her name.
Perfect. Actually, if you don't mind, just give me her number
happened to call her
again.
2 seconds ago, and Dad answered the phone, and I said, "Have Mom call me." So Mom's supposed to be calling me anyway, but I can text you her number again.
Okay, that's perfect. And I'll give her a call
Okay.
before the day's out, and
Sure.
and we'll start scheduling. Maybe we can get out there hopefully early in the week if that's not too close to Christmas. Otherwise, we'll do it the week after.
It shouldn't be a problem. The main thing is just making sure she knows when to expect you. I don't think she has a problem with that at all.
And do we need to give the tenants probably a little heads up?
Um,
Or you got a pretty good relationship, just kind of go stroll around?
I think we're just gonna scroll around because oh my goodness, my poor Mom and Daddy. They they just go with the flow. They're at that age.
Yeah.
They just are. And like I said, I explained before, my daddy, like I said, he's getting Alzheimer's. He honestly doesn't remember half of what we have now.
Understood.
But mother's the one that's kind of handling everything from the front runner. Now she'll always say, "Dad, what do you want me, or whatever," and she'll go with it. But I said, "Mom," I said, "there's some stuff that out of sight, out of mind, and it's you're working on your peace of mind is what you're doing here,
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, I'll text you her number again. And then when she calls me back here directly, I'll let her know that you'll be reaching out soon.
Sounds good, Renee. Thank you so
Okay.
much. I'll
You're
talk to her
welcome.
later
Thanks
today.
for calling.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
All right. So that's a good follow-up. If Diane's in the house, Diane, that's the one we started by calling a $20,000 modular in Boonville. And I feel so good about that one because truthfully, somebody like that who has spent their life building and now is in the wind down season, the parents in the wind down season, I believe it's yours and my moral and ethical obligation to serve those people. Now, you must make money too. It has to be a win for you too and them, or else you shouldn't do the deal. But I share that because I believe it's your moral and ethical obligation to serve those who you have the opportunity to serve. So, and she already texted me her mama's number. There we go. Interesting. Perfect. So we'll call her mom. But before we do that, I'll do that after the live. I'm going to call Jason's lead, and then we're going to call Joe and Judith's lead. This lead from Jason is in Wisdom Peak. Calling Maurice, and we'll consider lease option. He's leaving on the 15th. Oh, nice. All right. So maybe the house is already vacant. And then we'll get to number 3. All right. I haven't forgot. You guys having fun? Give some love in the chat if you guys are having fun. I'm having fun with you guys. You guys bring me energy. Type in the chat where you're listening from. What part of the country are you in?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to...
All right. We didn't get an answer. Oops. We didn't get an answer, so we're going to text. Hey, it's Andrew. Interested in your Wisdom Peak property. When do you have a minute to talk? All right. So we have West Virginia. We have Roanoke, Texas. We have Idaho. Massachusetts. Alaska. Whoa. What are you doing in Alaska? That's awesome. Way to go, Lori. All right. All right. We're going to call Joe and Judith's lead. Carson, California. What's up, Kevin? Florida. Austin, Texas. Hey, we got Kurt Dixon out there. Oh, Huntsville, Alabama. Let's go. I love seeing the chats. You guys bring me a lot of energy, and I appreciate that. All right. Next, we are calling Alex, the agent on Stockwell. He is questioning. Didn't want to disclose how much they owe, about 20%. Okay. This is an agent. Judith, do you remember off the top of your head how this came to you? Did the seller call you? Did the realtor call you? Is this a for sale by owner? Zillow. While I'm on the phone with them, I just look up the address. Got some very exciting updates for you as well that we've been working hard on behind the scenes. I'm going to share with you.
Hi, you've reached Alex Perry with...
Hey, it's Andrew, Judith's partner, calling you about the Stockwell house. When do you have a minute to talk? All right. So, lesson number 3, how to do deals in the holidays. Number 1 was lean into momentum. Number 2, I helped you create your 30-second bio, your credibility packet, so you could be credible. Number 3, guys, this is key. This is so important. This is the linchpin that changes everything. I have some special announcements coming up I'm going to be sharing with you. Coming up in January, I have a whole bunch of incredible things launching that you're going to want to be a part of. The deal room is going to continue, but the format is going to be updated. And I think it's going to cause those of you who are in Zoom land probably to get more deals and even more value. And those of you who are on the live stream, you're going to get the trickle over effect of seeing all of the people on Zoom or some of the people on Zoom sometimes and some cool interactions. And so we're going to likely extend the time a bit and re up the format because I want more of you getting deals and contracts, and I want better tracking. What I mean by that is I talk to people on the deal room here, and then we get done, and if I'm you, I'm sitting there going, I want to know what happened with Sandra. I want to know what happened. Did Judith get that deal? Did Shobna get the deal? Did Jason's guy call back? Like, this is the stuff that would go through my mind if I'm listening. And I realize that there's a lot going on in this studio once the cameras are off that is not being updated to you guys. And I want to do way better with that and help you track it. If you're not already signed up, make sure you're signed up for the 12 Deals of Christmas. It starts tomorrow at noon with an AI masterclass, noon PST, 3 EST, and it happens every single day through the end of the year, minus Christmas, minus Sundays. All right. Number 3, here is how you're going to succeed through the holiday season. Track, write it down, track my KPIs. Some of you have heard me talk about this. And you've heard me talk about your KPIs, your key performance indicators. I want you, each one of you on the Zoom and on the live stream right now, if you're taking notes, write it down. Pick 3 KPIs to track. If you are brand new, those 3 KPIs are probably number of leads collected, number of conversations had, and number of offers made. If you're experienced, you already got deals, you may add a couple to that. Here's the challenge, guys. Here's the challenge when it comes to these deals. The challenge when it comes to these deals is that we have the conversation, and often they get lost in the shuffle. If you're running your business and you don't have a way that you're tracking, I have somebody come to me and they'll go, I've called a lot of sellers, I just haven't got a deal. Say, how many did you call? I don't know, quite a few. Well, come to find out, they've talked to 30 sellers over the last 3 months. That's not a lot of sellers. That is 1 every 3 days. That's 2 a week. Okay? That's not a lot of sellers. Shobna and I just had a conversation. She's talked to 25 sellers in the last 2 weeks. That's starting to move the needle. That's almost 2 a day. 2 sellers, 3 sellers, 3 conversations a day. If I was you, I would make it my KPIs. If I'm new, if I'm experienced, you'll up it. If I'm new, I would make my KPI to have 5 new leads a day. Oh my gosh, Andrew, where am I going to find these leads? Zillow, Facebook Marketplace, paid ads, partnerships, freaking FSBO sources. It doesn't matter. MLS if you have to. All right. Just bought 2 houses in the last few weeks off the MLS. More about that later. We got 12 more days together. All right. So, track your KPIs. Pick your numbers. Number 1, I would make it my objective to get 5 phone numbers a day to call. I would make it my objective to have 3 meaningful conversations a day with sellers, Monday through Saturday. And I would make it my objective to send out at least 1 contract every other week if you're new. If you're new, 1 contract out every other week, 3 meaningful conversations a day, and 5 new phone numbers to call every single day. All right? You can cut that in half. You can double it. You can do whatever you want with it. But the most important thing is track the KPIs, because if I know us and human nature in this holiday season, right now, me and my brother and a few in the community are doing 100. We're doing 100 push-ups a day, 100 squats a day, and 100 crunches a day. Some of us have been trying to outdo the others. We got up to 200 squats and 200 push-ups and 200. And then somebody decided they was going to do 300. So we've been in a competition doing 300 of each a day. Doesn't matter. The point is, track your numbers. Because I tell you, after I've done 25 push-ups, I feel like I've done a lot. But in reality, I'm only 25% of the way there. So track your KPIs through the holiday season and this is the bonus nugget of all for you guys. Mary, Leo, Shobna, Steve, Marlon, Frankie. That's who I see on my screen right now. All of you in the chat, Mimi, Alphin, Devin, Lewis, Valerie. Make sure that if nothing else, you keep your promise to yourself. I don't recommend you call sellers on Christmas. It's Christmas. Go enjoy the day with the family. I don't even recommend you go dialing FISBOs on Christmas. If people reach out to you, do it. We might call a couple on Christmas Eve, but I don't recommend you call on Christmas or Christmas Eve. I recommend you keep in the momentum, but keep your commitment to yourself. If you're not going to call on Christmas, just say now, I'm not calling on Christmas. I'm not calling on Christmas Eve. If you're taking Sundays off, and that's what I do, and I recommend it, I recommend you decide now you're going to do it, because there's nothing worse than breaking the promise to yourself. I'm going to make a call tomorrow. I'm going to call I'm going to do 100 push-ups. Well, I only did 50. I'll try again tomorrow. And the internal clock says you lied to yourself. All right? So make sure you're just being honest with yourself. Make a commitment, do what you said what you do, and build momentum this holiday season. All right, lots more to cover, lots of new announcements coming. Make sure you're here every single day through the end of the year, except Sundays and Christmas. We're going to be dialing live, we're going to be talking to sellers, and I am going to be breaking down what I just shared with you. I'm going to be breaking down how to pick your market if you're not already clear. I'm going to be breaking down on picking lead sources, finding deals, calling sellers, negotiations, contracting deals, closing deals, selling deals, how to start 2026 right, what I would tell myself if it was 2016 and I was talking to 23-year-old Andrew again. I will teach you how to play to win and stop playing not to lose, how to deal with failure, because deals will go sideways, contracts will fall through, sellers will lie to you, stuff will happen, and how to build a business. All of this is free. Kicking it off tomorrow at noon PST with the AI Masterclass with myself and the great Leo Valentino. All right? So grab the links that are in the chat. Make sure that you share out the link with somebody you know who needs this. And if you're in the coaching community, you can submit deals every single day. And I want to be dialing deals every single day. So please bring your deals and leads, your originals and your follow-ups. I'm going to be following up on some of these that need follow-ups that we talked to today, as well as new leads that you guys in the coaching community submit every single day. All right? We got an exciting rest of the year ahead, 2-week marathon here to finish it out right. And I want to see at least 20 contracts among you guys. All right. I want to see at least 20 contracts. If you guys will help me be a part of this by submitting leads and following up, just give me a yes in the chat. All right. I want to see who's willing to help me. If we get at least 20 yeses, I know we can get at least 20 contracts. All right, Steve's already committed. Yes, Angela's committed. Marlon's committed. Joshua's committed. Frankie's committed. Karen's committed. Who else is committed to helping me out with these contracts? Keep the yeses going. Tim's committed. Karen's committed. Heck yeah. If you guys are going to show up every single day or watch the replay to build momentum, give me some more yeses. All right. I know there'll be a lot happen in the holidays, so you might miss a day or two. You can come back and watch the replays, but there's nothing like being on live, as you guys have experienced today and so many other times. All right. Kevin's committed. D. Saunders is committed. Boss OG's committed. D. Saunders, email grow@truca.com. And the team, I'll have the team to reach out to you. Also, G's committed. Reggie's committed. Two Putton's committed. Greg and Tracy's committed. Heck yeah. All right. D. Saunders, grow@truca.com. GROW@TRUKA.com. Email and ask the question. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. Get ready for the AI Masterclass. Get ready for so much more. And we're going to kick off the 12 days of Christmas right. All right. Much love to all of you. See you soon. Bye for now.